In these moments that you feel insecure or that you're about to go into a space and you're saying to yourself, I'm nervous, I want to present myself well, I want to make sure that I can connect with the people that I care about, my hope is that this is a resource that you can use in order to start out with some affirmations and remind yourself how brilliant you are and why are you doing the hard work of going into spaces and being uncomfortable and being vulnerable. And then number two, some grounding practices so that you can calm your nervous system so that you can then take risks and have fun with the language. I am Dr. Simona Figueroa-Pagan. I am the founder of LUPA Talks, and in these bi-weekly sessions, we are talking about how language is used, how language is learned, and how we can reclaim our language so that we can connect with our family, our communities, and our culture. Today, we are doing something a little bit different. We're in a new location and we have a new style that I'm playing with. I'm in a new location because I'm in Puerto Rico esta semana. I am at an educational conference, and so I will share content about that. But I'm really excited to be back here, connect with my family, connect with friends. For those of you who are newer to this space, my background is for the many moons, 15 plus years. I was a Spanish teacher, and then I started working on my doctorate where I learned about how systems really could do a better job of supporting heritage Spanish speakers, especially, or heritage language learners, especially in terms of accessing their language. Another thing that I did right before and during all of that educational time before my doctorate was I actually studied to be a yoga teacher. I believe in meditation. I believe in physical practice that helps us kind of ground into meditation practices. And so I thought it might be interesting, fun to do a combination of affirmations and a meditation in order to help us practice listening and also remind ourselves that we know everything that we always thought we knew. In these moments that you feel insecure or that you're about to go into a space and you're saying to yourself, I'm nervous, I want to present myself well, I want to make sure that I can connect with the people that I care about, my hope is that this is a resource that you can use in order to start out with some affirmations and remind yourself how brilliant you are and why are you doing the hard work of going into spaces and being uncomfortable and being vulnerable. And then number two, some grounding practices so that you can calm your nervous system so that you can then take risks and have fun with the language, because ideally, not only are we practicing our language in order to connect with our families, our community, and our culture, but also that you're enjoying it. We are going to make mistakes. That is part of the process. Hopefully, we recognize that those mistakes do not define us. If you like what you hear today, please like, subscribe, share with other people in your life, and let me know what you think about this unique style. If you find it helpful or the problem solution, let me know what you think. Entonces, I'm going to invite you to do a couple of things, and you do whatever you feel is right for you, safe for you, good for you. And then at the end, we'll think about how we can kind of reflect on all of this. To find a comfortable position, seated or lying down. Allow your body to relax. Take a deep breath in and slowly exhale. Deep breath in. Slowly exhale. One more. Deep breath in. And slowly exhale. Notice any places in your body where you might be holding tension. Notice your shoulders. If you're seated, you can let them drop. Relax your jaw. your face, your hands. If you haven't done so yet and it feels comfortable, you can close your eyes and keep a soft gaze. This is a space that is supportive. There's nothing to prove, only to experience. Allow yourself to receive these affirmations. Conecto con mis raíces cada vez que hablo en español. I connect with my roots every time I speak Spanish. Hablar español es una forma de resistencia. Speaking Spanish is a form of resistance. Como yo hablo español muestra mi viaje único y que he aprendido mucho. The way I speak Spanish reflects my unique journey and everything I've learned. Estoy reclamando mi español para mí y para mi familia. I am reclaiming my Spanish for myself and for my family. Soy un buen ejemplo para mis hijos y mi familia. I am a good example for my children and my family. Estoy superando mi ego y el miedo de ser juzgada. I am moving beyond my ego and the fear of being judged. Ser bilingüe significa más oportunidades en cada área de mi vida. Being bilingual creates more opportunities in every area of my life. Mi manera de hablar es un tributo a las personas que admiro y a los lugares que he ido. The way I speak is a tribute to the people I admire and the places I've been. Now imagine yourself in a conversation. You're speaking Spanish or Spanglish with someone. Notice where you are, who you're with. What does it feel like to feel calm? To feel grounded? To feel present? To have the words come to you. To give yourself permission to take your time. To know that you are understood and that you understand. There is no rush. There's only support, only connection. Notice how your body feels in this moment. Notice the sense of confidence, of ease. This feeling is always available to you every time you practice. Remember that there are people that love you, care about you, and want you to succeed with your language learning goals. Remember why you're learning, practicing, and connecting with your language and your culture. Begin to bring awareness back to your breath. Gently move your fingers. Your shoulders. When you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes. Come back to the space. You can take a deep breath in. And exhale out. Even in going through this guided practice, it is a helpful reminder to me, and this is why I wanted to share this with you all. Oftentimes when we care about something, we want to do it well, we're really hard on ourselves, and we ideally remember that we have everything that we need, that this is a journey, this is a process, and that it's okay to take our time. It's okay to pause in order to remember a word, a phrase, in order to think about what you want to say. Oftentimes, our society values those folks who can speak quickly, respond quickly, who are quick on their feet. But I'm always impressed with the person who doesn't feel the rush or the urge or the need in order to respond, who actually does themselves and the conversation a service by pausing in order to think about what they want to say so that what they say is of value. And that's a kindness and very respectful of the listening audience and the scenario that you're in. So if that helps to reframe your mindset, then hopefully you can use that in order to give yourself permission to take a pause, take a beat, instead of feeling like you need to speak quickly or speak like you do in English or respond quickly. Remember that quick does not mean good. Quick does not mean best. Quick does not mean thoughtful. It just means quick. So hopefully this can be a tool. You guys let me know what you think. If you find that this is helpful or supportive, or if you have other strategies or things that you want me to unpack in these sessions, as well as the problem solution sort of oriented sessions, let me know. I'd love to experiment and play around, because that's what we're doing. We're risk taking, trying things out, and we're seeing what our specific community needs in order to continue growing, maximizing, amplifying, being our biggest, most wonderful Spanish-speaking, Spanglish-speaking selves. Para la reco de la semana, this recommendation I actually got from my dear friend Ajay. Si estás viendo esto, muchas gracias. She's been using Lang Journal. It's a language diary that gives you corrections using an AI system, I don't love AI. That's for another day, another dollar. But the reality is that a lot of people are using different sources, all sorts of systems in order to get feedback. And in terms of how we learn, it is an easy entry point. It is a way that you can start to experiment with the language and feel like you can present something and you don't have to take those risks, at least initially, and especially in writing, in order to practice the language. And so I love this recommendation that she shared with me, because you can essentially do a little diary post, you can bullet journal, you can do whatever you're doing, but you get immediate feedback. And I'm really excited to try it out. It has it in a bunch of different languages. So if you are practicing French, German, Korean, Japanese, as well as Spanish or English, then this could be a really great resource where you can practice the language. What I would recommend to you is what I recommended to her, that if you are using it in order to practice and maximize your language learning journey, then before you just accept the corrections, that you actually, in a separate journal, either a separate journal or a separate document, that you write down what the corrections are, and that you actually reflect on what those corrections are, so that you can either see, are there patterns in terms of grammar structures, are there patterns in terms of vocabulary gaps, what is it that it is correcting you on, and you take even a moment to reflect on those corrections before you just accept. Because otherwise, you're not going through the necessary learning process of getting that immediate feedback and starting to recognize patterns between what you did right and what you want to work on for the future. So that is, and supposedly there's a free version, and then there's a paid version, but the free version you can do bastante. Así que, gracias, Hache, por la recomendación. And if you're looking for ways to connect with the LUPA Talks community, LUPA standing for Language Understanding for Pride in Action, we are always creating different ways to connect with the community so that you can continue to learn more and also be proud of your language and take action in the language. So a couple of things that we have going on are Spanglish sessions. Spanglish sessions are virtual sessions that we get together, we practice our language, we use Spanglish as a resource to push ourselves further towards whatever our language learning goals are in that particular space. It's practicing Spanish. We also have a WhatsApp group where we share resources, we share celebrations, and we cheer each other on. I love to hear what people are doing that they are proud of. So that's the information I'll share in the, what's it called? The caption. And we have the Dímelo cards. Dímelo cards are Spanglish conversation cards that you can purchase in order to get to know, talk, push yourselves, kind of establish conversational goals with your family. They are bilingual speaking cards that are in Spanish and in English. Half of them are dedicated to just fun getting to know you questions, and then the other half are dedicated to actually thinking about our language goals, language experiences, how we use language in everyday settings, so that we can have a fun way to practice our language and talk about language, especially with our bilingual, multilingual, multi-generational households. How do you start to talk to your partner or your mom about how you want to practice more Spanish? You can use these cards, and it's a fun way to do all of that. So if you enjoyed today's conversation, be sure to like, subscribe to all of the things keep showing up here, sign up for the newsletter, show up to one of the Spanglish sessions so that you can grow in your confidence and connect with a beautiful community. Y hasta la próxima. Ciao.